For our second question, was it a global flood? Should we be reading Genesis 7 and saying that the entire world was flooded? Or should we be reading it and saying that it was just a small local flood and not the entire planet? The text of Genesis here seems to suggest a global flood. The language used here does not indicate a localized flood or a small-scale flood. Here, it seems to indicate that all of the earth was flooded, that all of the inhabitants of the earth were wiped out. The repeated usage of the word all seems to indicate that we're talking global catastrophe here. But if we're talking global catastrophe, wouldn't we have evidence of that today? Shouldn't we be able to find evidence for that? Well, what would you expect to find if there was a global flood? Well, you would expect to find billions of dead things buried in rock layers laid down by water all over the earth. And what do we find? But billions of dead things buried in rock layers laid down by water all over the earth. Fossilization is not a slow, long process. It is a rapid process that requires some cataclysmic event in order for it to happen. And the flood of Genesis is a perfect vehicle for that fossilization process.